Hello students, welcome you once again to GK's Applied Maths classes. Today we are going to do EMI questions from ML Aggarwal. Already I have solved in the previous video questions from 1 to 7, exercise 12.3. So today what we are going to do is we are going to complete the exercise. That is, we are going to do questions from 8 to 11. They are written 10 because it's an old book. So 8 to 11, there's one more question that is added in the new book. Okay, this is a part 2 of the video. So part 1 video link will be put in the description box for your reference. Also, I want to remind you that I have also done all the problems in EMI in Cbse handbook. I will put the link in the description box also so that you can refer it. And thank you very much for all the cooperation till now that you have been rendering on all the videos that I have posted. So to continue your support, kindly subscribe to my channel and also click the bell icon to get notifications on all videos that I post. I hope these videos are very useful to you. Let's go inside the problem. Now the first question is, Sujit purchased a new house costing 40,000. The cost of the house is 40 lakhs and he makes a down payment. We don't know what the down payment is. We don't know. Generally they give you the down payment. Here the down payment is not mentioned. And the EMI is given to you. The EMI is 30,000 and the rate of interest is 9% and it is paid for a duration of 25 years. Okay. So now what I will do here, first of all, let me write what is my, let me use a black color. Let X be the down payment. So what will be the principal? The principal will be the cost of the house, which is 40 lakhs, minus the down payment. Correct? Cost of the house minus the down payment. Now what is the interest? The interest is 9%. So 9 by 12 into 100, which is actually 0.0075. And the tenure is 12 into 25, which is for 300. You have to pay for 300 months, quite a long duration, isn't it? Now, the formula is EMI equal to, I'm going to use the other formula, okay, it is given minus 300. So I will be using PI into 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of minus n. So you should know where to use which formula. If it is power 300 given, then you will not be using this formula, you will use the other formula so that your calculation becomes simpler, nothing else. Now, EMI is what? EMI is given as 30,000. EMI is 30,000. So let me write that. EMI is 30,000. These are all data that is given to me. Equal to, what is my principal? I want to find 40 lakhs minus X into, what is my rate of interest? 0.0075 divided by 1 minus, what is this? 1.0075 whole to the power of minus 300. Okay. So this is 30,000 equal to, this is 40 lakhs minus X into 0.0075 divided by, this value is given here. So it is 1 minus 1.1062. Now, what is the calculation for this? I have done the calculation already. So this is 30,000 into, I'm cross multiplying. Actually, if you simplify that, I think you are getting it as 1.62. I think you will get 0.8938. I think 0.8938. And this is divided by 0.0075, which is nothing but 40 lakhs minus X. I just cross multiply. If you subtract this, you get 0.938 into 3 lakhs, 30,000 divided by 0.0075, that's the value. Now you just have to multiply this, normal multiplication, I think when you multiply that, I am getting it as 26814. All these are not difficult calculation, it's normal multiplication. 26814 divided by 0.0075 equal to 40 lakhs minus x. Now how do I calculate this? For this I have no other option but to use logarithm, or you can directly divide. I prefer to use logarithm. So this is log of 26814 minus log of 0.0075. Now what is log of 26814? The log of 26814 is a 5-digit number, so the characteristic is 4. So it is 4.4283 minus, this is 0.00. So for 0.1 bar, 2 zeros, another 2 bars. So it is bar 3 point. Look at 75. Log of 75 is coming as 8751. Okay. Now if you do subtraction, you will be getting, I think you will get 5532.3. I think this is 6. Okay. Now take anti-log. You can take anti-log of this. So look at the anti-log of 5532. The anti-log of 5532 happens to be 3575. And since the characteristics is 6, it has to be a 7-digit number. So already you have 4. So add 3 more zeros. So it's a 7-digit number. So this is equal to 40 lakhs minus x. So from this you can find x. What is my x? X is nothing but, if you subtract this, what do you get? It will be 4,25,000. This is your cash down payment. What is the initial down payment? This is your initial down payment. Very simple. Every problem they will be giving you this, but here he is asking you to find the down payment. So the principal will be 40 lakhs minus x, and just do normal calculation, you will get the answer. It is not at all difficult. I have written all the steps for you, including the log values. You can cross check. If there is any mistake, you make some changes. Okay. Now let's go to question number 9. What is question number 9? This is question number 9. A person amortizes a loan of 1,50,000 for a new home by obtaining 10 years mortgage at the rate of 12%. So this is the loan amount. The duration is 10 years and the rate of interest is 12%. So I am expected to find these two. So what I should do? So my principal is 1,50,000 and my rate of interest is 12 by 1200, which is 0.01, and my tenure is 10 into 12, which is 120 years. Simple calculation, isn't it? Now what I should do? EMI equal to PI. I have to use this formula. Why do I use this formula? Because I have minus 120. So EMI equal to, principal is 1,50,000 divided by, and into rate of interest is 0.01. This is easy multiplication for you. Divided by 1 minus 1.0075 per minus 120, the value is given, which is 0.3030. So the EMI equal to 1,50,000. 1,50,000. It's easy multiplication. It is 1,500, correct? So it is 1,500 minus, if you subtract this, I think I'm getting 0.670. 0.6970. Okay, now what I should do? I have to take log. So log E equal to, we'll go slowly. This is log of 1500 minus log of 0.6970. Now what is log of 1500? It's a 4-digit number. So the characteristic will be 3. And log of 15 is, I'm getting 1761 minus point something, so it's bar 1 point. If you look at log of 6970, I'm getting 8432. 8432, and if you do subtraction, I think you are getting 3.3329. So it's very simple, isn't it? This is log E. So what is E equal to? Anti-log of this. What is anti-log of 3329? The anti-log of 3329 is 2152. Since the characteristic is 3, it has to be a 4-digit number. So that finishes the first subdivision. So I have done the first subdivision. A part is over. I have found the EMI. Now what is the second subdivision? He wants to know the total interest. So what is total interest formula? Total interest is N into EMI minus the principal. N is what? N is 120. What is EMI? 2152. And my total principal is 1,50,000. Now 12 into 150, I am getting it as 2,58,240, which I have calculated. It's not difficult, just you have to multiply, minus 1,50,000. Now on subtracting this, it's very easy to subtract. You get 10,000, 1,82,440. 108240. This is the total interest paid. Okay. So it's very, very simple. Just use the formula. N is 120. EMI already you have calculated. And so you have to be very careful while calculating EMI, because if your EMI goes wrong, the second subdivision also will go wrong. So you have to be very careful with your calculation. Don't look for shortcut. The easiest way is logarithm. It's a very powerful tool. It will take time in the beginning, but if you get used to it, if you practice it at home using logarithm, things will definitely become simple, I'll assure you. Now let's go to question number 10. These can be considered as a case study questions. Here, question number 10. Okay. Now what is question number 10? There are totally 5 subdivisions. So they can ask any 2 subdivisions in the exam as a case study. Okay. So you can treat this problem as a case study. Maybe the situations will be different, but definitely any question will come under these 5 categories only. Okay. So let us see. Here the question is a loan of 4 lakhs at the interest of 6.75 compounded for each month for 10 years. Okay. So I want to find the EMI, size of the monthly payment. Size of the monthly payment means I want to find EMI, size, how much I pay every month. That's another way of putting what EMI is. So be careful about those things. So first subdivision, what is my principal? My principal is 4 lakhs. What is my rate of interest? 6.75 divided by 12 into 100. When I do this, I think I get 0.005625. You can divide it and see. Divide by 12 first, then divide by 100. And of course, N is 120. Why it is 120? It's for 10 years into 12 months, that is 120. Now, since it is given to the positive power, I'll use the other formula. EMI equal to PI into 1 plus I to the power of N divided by 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1. So now you should understand what formula to use where. Then your calculation becomes simpler. Always use what is given, that makes things easier for you. So EMI equal to, what is my principal? My principal is 4 lakhs. Interest is 0.005625 and this is 1.005625 whole power 120 divided by 1.005625 whole power 120 minus 1. Calculation. Now how do I do the calculation? I have already done the calculation. First I multiply these two. When I multiply these two, I am getting 2250 into the value of this is already given to you, which is 1.9603 divided by 1.9603 minus 1 will be 0.9603. Okay, now you have to do the calculation. How do you do the calculation? You take log. So what is log E equal to? Log of 2250 plus log of 1.9603 minus log of 0.9603. Simple. Now log of 2250 will be 3.2250. The log is, I have done the calculation, which is 3522. So you can always cross check. That is why I am writing all this again, even though I assume that you should be knowing by now. 0 point characteristic is 0. You have to look at 1960. That's all. 1960. The log of 1960 is 2923 minus, here the characteristic will be bar 1. Okay, bar 1 point. Here it is 9603. Look at 9603. Don't, you have to look at 9603, which is 9824. Okay. Now if you add these two, I'm getting 3.6445 minus bar 1.9824. So just normal calculation. So if you subtract this, what do you get? I get 3.6621. This is log E. So E will be anti-log. So look at the anti-log of 6621. Anti-log of 6621 is, I'm getting 4593. 4593. Since the characteristic is 3, it has to be a 4-digit number. So it will be, this will be your answer. So I hope this statement is very clear. This is your first subdivision of the problem, which is not at all difficult. Okay. Now what I will do, I will go to the second subdivision. What is the total, what is the principal outstanding at the beginning of the 61st month? I'll go to the next page. So what is the principal outstanding in the kth month? What's the formula? The formula will be, actually it is E into 1 plus I to the power of n minus k plus 1 minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I to the power of n minus k plus 1. Okay, we have also derived it in the previous videos. Okay, so you can always refer to it. I'll put it in the description box. Now what is this E? E is nothing but 4 lakhs. Okay, and what is this? 1.005625 whole power, n is 120, k is 21 plus 1. So what do you get? 60 minus 1 divided by, what is my I? I is 0.005625 into 1.005625 whole power 60. Now it's all calculations, that's all. Now this is 40 lakhs, sorry, 4 lakhs. Now what is this value? It's already given to you. And if you subtract it from 1, you get 0.4001 divided by 0.005625 into 1.4001. Now what is the calculation of this? If you calculate this, I am getting this as the numerator, I will get it as 1837.66. This is easy to multiply, isn't it? This is easy to multiply. Divided by, the denominator also is easy to multiply because the numbers are very small. And if you multiply, I am getting 0.007876. Okay, just normal multiplication. This and this multiply. Otherwise, you take log directly. I don't have a problem. But I prefer to do this because the numbers are relatively small. Now taking log on both sides. Log 1837.66 minus log of 0.007876. Now here the characteristic is 3 point. Look at the log of 1838. Look at log of 1838. Log of 1838 will be 2644 minus, here it will be bar 3. It is 0.00. So it's bar 3 point. Look at 7876. 7876 will be 8963. 8963, and if you subtract, you get 5.3681. I'm getting this. Now take anti-log. So if you take anti-log, what do I get? You take antilog of 3681. Antilog of 3681 will be 2334. But the characteristic is 5, so it has to be a 6-digit number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will be your second subdivision. That is the principal outstanding at the beginning of the 61st month. Principal outstanding at the beginning of the 61st month. All these formulas are given in the previous video. Please refer to it. I don't want to waste my time again and again giving you the same formula. Now subdivision C. What is my subdivision C? Interest paid in the 61st payment. Interest paid in the 61st payment. The formula is actually E into 1 plus I to the power of n minus k plus 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus I to the power of n minus k plus 1. All that you need to do is the principal outstanding in the 61st month, that you multiply by the interest. If you multiply by the interest I, you get the interest paid in the 61st month. Now how do I do that? The interest paid in the 61st month will be, first of all, the principal outstanding in the 61st month, that is 233400. This is the principal outstanding in the 61st month into the interest paid. What is my interest? Interest is I. You understand what I'm saying? See, this is the formula for finding the third subdivision. For finding the third subdivision, interest paid in the 61st month will be, it is same as principal outstanding in the 61st month, but I will not be there. How I is not there? It's actually principal into the rate of interest. The principal into rate of interest will give you the interest paid in the 61st month. Okay. So that will be like 233400, and the interest paid is 0.005625, I think. So if you multiply this, you get the answer as 1312.875. This is the answer. This is the interest alone paid in that particular period, that is 61st month. Okay. Now what is the principal contained in the 61st month? The principal contained in the principal, I'll go to the next subdivision better, the fourth subdivision. Principal contained. What is the principal value? Okay. In 61st payment, which is nothing but, it is basically EMI minus, it is nothing but EMI minus principal, EMI minus interest in the 61st period. So what is the EMI? EMI I have calculated as 4593. EMI is 4593 minus, that's what I did, I think. EMI is 4593. From there, I minus the interest in the 61st. This is my interest. What is my interest? 1312. I'll make it as 86. So if you subtract this, what do you get? You get 3280.14. Simple, isn't it? Principal contained in the 61st payment is EMI minus interest in the 61st payment. Okay. Now last subdivision. What is my last subdivision? Already you did in the previous one. Total interest. Total interest is N into EMI minus principal. What is this? N is actually 120. And what is EMI? EMI is 4593. And what is my principal? My principal is 4 lakhs. Correct? Now if I calculate this, I get 5,51,160 minus 4 lakhs. So what is the total interest paid? I paid 51,160 rupees. 1,51,160 alone as interest. So let's recap this problem. First of all, I have to find EMI. That is pretty simple. Direct formula. I apply, use logarithm and get the answer. Make sure this is correct. Then only other subdivisions will be right. Now what do you do? Principal outstanding in the kth month. So I got the formula. Use the formula. Get the answer. Then the third subdivision, interest paid in the 61st month. What is interest? Interest paid is nothing but principal outstanding in the kth month into I. So the principal outstanding in the kth month is 233400 into interest is 0.00562. So the answer is this. Now the fourth subdivision is I want to know the principal contained. What does the principal amount contain? You know, when you pay EMI, it has principal and interest. I want to know what is the principal in that 61st month. So principal contained in the 61st month is my EMI minus the interest paid in from the year. I told you know EMI contains principal plus interest. Okay, I want to find the principal. So since I want to find the principal from the EMI, I subtract the interest. So EMI minus interest in the 61st period. That will give you the principal contained in the 61st month. Now total interest paid will be all the EMIs paid. How much is all EMI? 120 months you are paying EMI minus the actual principal. That will give you the total interest paid. Okay. I have one more question to solve. I think this is last question. This is there in the new book. So I will try to finish this problem also so that everything will be complete as per norms. A person amortizes 15 lakhs, it is 15 lakhs for renovation of a house for 8 years at a rate of interest of 12% per annum. So I want to find all the 5 subdivisions that you have done till now. Okay, I think if you have doubt, you can always refer to the previous problem in case you have a doubt. But I will redo this entire problem again so that this is clear to you. So what is my principal? My principal is 15 lakhs. Just make sure you do the calculation. It's very, very important you do the calculation. Here I think it should be relatively easier than the previous problem because my rate of interest is very nice, 0.001. And number of years is 12 into 8, that is 96. Since the power is positive, what is my EMI formula? Pi into 1 plus I to the power of n divided by 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. So what is my principal? 1 lakh, 15 lakhs into 0.01 into 1.01 to the power of 96 divided by 1.01 to the power of 96 minus 1. So if you multiply this, I think you will get 15,000 and 1.096 is given to be, it's given 2.5993 divided by, if you subtract it from 1, it will be 1.59393. Okay, now if you want, you can multiply because this 15 is easy to multiply. So if you multiply this, I am getting numerator as 3899.5 divided by 1.5993. That's pretty simple. Now taking log on both sides, what do I get? This is log of 3898.5, 3898, okay, minus log of 1.5993. Since it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digit number, the characteristic will be 4. And look at log of 3899. Round it off, 3899. When you look at log of 3899, I think I'm getting 5909 minus, this will be 0. Look at log of 1599. Log of 1599 will be 2039. And if you subtract this, you will get 4.3870. So my EMI will be anti-log of this. What is anti-log of 3870? Anti-log of 3870 is 2438. Since it is 4, it has to be a 5-digit number, so multiplied by 10. So this will be your EMI. If this is wrong, everything will go wrong. So make sure you don't make any mistake in the calculation. So that finishes the first subdivision. Now the interest paid. Now there's a principal outstanding at the beginning of the 40th month. So what is the formula? Principal outstanding at the beginning of 40th month. What is the formula? E into 1 plus E just a second, it will be E into 1 plus I to the power of n minus k plus 1 minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I to the power of n minus k plus 1. Now EMI is already known to me. EMI is what? It is, I already calculated it. That is 24380 into 1.01 whole to the power of n is 96 minus 40 plus 1. That will be 57. Correct? 57 minus 1 divided by 0.01 into 1.01 whole to the power of 57. So this will be 24380. This value is already given to you. If you subtract 1, it is 0.7633 divided by 0.01 into 1.7633. All calculation is done. Now you have to take log. Before taking log, what I will do, let me see what I have done. Okay, this I have multiplied, I think. This I have multiplied. Okay, I have multiplied it. So if you multiply this, I am getting 18609.25 divided by 0.017633. I prefer you take log. It will take time for me to refer the log now. So I prefer you take log directly and do. This multiplication is not going to be that easy. So anyway, I have multiplied. You can cross check this. So by taking log, what happens? This is log of 18609.25 minus log of 0.017633. This will be 4 point. Why? It's a 5-digit number. It is 4 point. Look at the log of 1861. Round it off. 1861. That is 2697. Minus, here it will be bar 2. Correct? Bar 2 point. Now look at the log of 0176. So what is the value of this 01763? That will be 2463. Look at 1763. That is 2463. So when you subtract them, I am getting it as 6.0234. This is log E. Now take anti-log. Look at anti-log of 0234. That will give you 1055. Since it is 6, it has to be 7-digit numbers. Already have 4. Add 3 more zeros. So what is this? This is the principal outstanding. This is the principal outstanding. Principal outstanding at the beginning of the 40th month. Correct? Now what is the next part of the question? The third part of the question is interest. Interest paid in 40th month. 40th payment. You know very well that is nothing but principal outstanding in 40th payment minus what? Minus the interest. Into interest. So this will be 1055000 into 0.01. If you multiply this, what do you get? 10550. 0550. Very simple calculation. And what about the fourth subdivision? The fourth subdivision is principal contained. So fourth subdivision is principal contained in 40th payment. What is the principal contained in the 48th payment? It is nothing but the, what is the answer? It is nothing but the EMI minus the interest in 40th payment. What is my EMI? I think my EMI was 24380 minus what is the interest I calculated as 10550. So the value will be 13830. It's lengthy, that's all. E. What is the total interest? Total interest is N into EMI minus principal. N is 96. EMI is 24380. Principal is 15 lakhs. So what is the answer? 8,40,480. 8 lakhs, not clear. 8,40,480. I think you can do the calculation and check. I have done all the steps. Okay. With that, we finished this exercise. I hope this is useful to you. As I told you, you need to have patience. There is no shortcut. My advice to you is do not use your calculator while practicing at home. And also when you're doing a problem in EMI, don't think that you know this, you know that. Don't assume anything. Do a problem. Even if you do one question, make sure you do the problem completely. Do not take calculations for granted. Only if your calculations are perfect, you will be able to score 80 out of 80 in your theory exam. Okay, I hope these videos will be useful to you. We are working towards that 80 out of 80. I hope it will benefit you. Have a nice day and kindly subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon to get notification. In the next video, we'll continue with the next part of financial mathematics. Have a great day. Bye bye.